Jennifer is the lead singer for the band Ignescent. Did I
Yes.
say that right?
Perfect.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Okay. And ignescent means capable of bursting into flames. And if you've seen any of their videos, that is quite possibly going to happen one day. Uh, so tell us a little bit about Ignescent.
Yeah, well, we're from the Chicago area. We recently had a single that released called Remnant a few months ago, and a music video out. And like 2 weeks ago, it hit top 46 on the Active Rock Billboard chart. So we are super excited about that. And yeah, a lot of crazy things. Like it hit over 500,000 streams on Spotify recently, and so we're just really excited. And to what's to come and what's been happening, and just a lot of stuff. Tomorrow we actually have a show with Will Rock in Chicago, so we're excited about that. And that's at the Antioch Band Shell in Illinois. And yeah,
Who all's on that show? I just looked at it and I already forgot.
okay, yeah, Lines of Loyalty
Yeah.
is on that. So yeah. So super excited about that. Can't wait till tomorrow. And then we just recently found out we're added to Incarceration Fest too. So
Nice.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
can't wait for
congratulations.
that.
For those that don't know, and it's still something that we are trying to promote heavily. We have an internet-based radio station that reports to the foundation charts, and we are still playing Remnant. So
Oh, thanks.
yeah, so it's a very good tune. We've got the video to play tonight while you're on.
Awesome.
So I want to ask you this, and we've had quite a few, and we have our own show on the station called The Ladies Night, which focuses strictly on female fronted bands. We give it an hour, and that's all we do is female fronted bands. In the rock and roll side of things, or in the rock music side of things, what's the difference? Do you find it harder being a female fronted band to get the attention that you think you deserve, or you think the band deserves?
I've had a lot of female fronted bands say that, but I feel like we've gotten maybe more attention because of that, and just the uniqueness of our sound. And I don't know. I feel like we haven't had an issue. I've been on like a ton of shows though, where I was literally the only girl, like with Buck Cherry and just all these, amazing bands. And honestly, most of our shows is like that. I am the only girl. It's like, where are all the girls? Where are they at? Like, I don't know what's going on. But no, I don't feel like it's been harder. I feel like we've gotten more attention because of that, because obviously there's Butcher Babies, there's Evanescence and all that, but there's not a ton. It's more male dominated. But you know what? I love it, and I'm up for the challenge, and it's fun. So,
well, it's no secret. I'm a big fan of female fronted rock. So I enjoy
awesome.
it.
It's been around for a long time. I'm just thinking of Janis Joplin the whole time we're talking
Right.
about this. I mean, she was doing it,
Yeah,
many years ago, and she did it better than the men. So that's all there is to it.
True. That is true. Awesome.
So run us through a writing process for Ignescent. How do you guys put your songs together?
Well, there's a few different ways. Like sometimes I'll just come up with a melody in my head and I'll send it to the guys, and then they'll write a guitar part around it, like online, and send it back. And that's kind of how Remnant happened. Like this word remnant kept coming up online and in different conversations, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to write this song. And it was just perfect for the time with COVID and everything that was going on. And so yeah, this chorus like just popped in my head pretty quickly, and then I sat down. Actually, I was on the way to a vacation in Florida, and I just kind of sat down and wrote the rest, like the verses, and sent it along to the band members. And I think it was like I don't know, it's super quick. It was like maybe a half hour later, they sent music back and it was done. It was crazy, but it doesn't always happen like that. And sometimes they'll send me like an idea, a guitar part or whatever it may be, and then I'll write a melody to that. And then sometimes we'll get together and, just be jamming and something kind of spontaneous comes up. So it's many different ways, but that's how it works.
Are y'all spread out, all the different band members, or do y'all live kind of close to each other? Do you have to utilize the internet to write like that?
Well, we're all in the Chicago suburbs, so we don't have to, but it kind of makes it easy with
For sure, yeah.
life, being busy and all that. But we definitely still get together and we write and we rehearse and do all that. But if we have something like on the spot, we're like, oh my gosh, we don't want to forget this, and we feel like it's really catchy or something that could be, a good song, then we just kind of send it out right away and do it like that. So, but the internet definitely helps.
The internet is a wonderful thing. And speaking of the internet, so we talked to a bunch of different bands about how it used to be and how it is now, and how it used to be would be you drop a single, maybe two, then you drop a whole album. Now it's more single, video. Then when you get it all enough, and kind of like Memphis May Fire just did, they had about 6 or 7 songs that they had already released, and then they put it on an album, and then there was 4 songs that they hadn't released to come out with the album. What are your thoughts on that, and how do you guys compete with, or how do you guys plan on doing stuff on when you were laying things out for a release of a single? How do you guys go about that?
Well, actually right now we just finished a single with Jeremy Valentine, formerly of New Year's Day. So we co-wrote a song with him because we wanted to get something out, hopefully by July. But yeah, before that we had like these 4 songs that were on the Ascension EP that were just released. And so we didn't want to just do a single, but we didn't have enough for a whole album at that point. So we just thought, well, you know what, we're just gonna release an EP, and then focus, Remnant, because we felt like that was our strongest song to get a music video going, which we did, and release that. And then so now we want to get something out soon, and we don't have a full album's worth yet, but we want to get something out pretty quickly. So we just decided to start writing and put out a single. So I think that's what we're going to kind of do is release singles every month or every couple of months for now, just so we can get things out a little quicker.
I got you. And then we got questions coming into the comments for you. So one of the questions we have, being a female fronted band, are your influences primarily female fronted bands?
Oh, that's a good question. Some are, not all of them are. Like Flyleaf is a huge influence for me, and Lacey Sturm. I just love the positivity of her and her message, and definitely Evanescence is a huge influence, but also Skillet, like obviously they're female fronted, and they have been a huge influence on what we do and what I want to keep doing with Ignescent. So like John Cooper of Skillet and
well, didn't
you
do some songs, or was your first album, didn't you do some stuff with the former guitarist of Skillet, correct?
Yeah. We co-wrote a song with Ben Cassica, who used to be in Skillet. And that was Calling Out to You. And that was the first song that was released. It was a while back.
And you guys have had some success on the Christian rock charts as well, correct?
Yeah. Like that song, and that, like I said, that was a while back, that hit top 30, but Remnant, which is, I'm like super excited about, last week it hit number 6.
Nice.
And so when I found that out, I was freaking out a bit. So we'll see what happens next week. I'll get another report to see where it goes. But yeah, currently it is at 6 on the Christian rock Billboard charts with Skillet and some bands I'm like huge fans of. So I'm really excited about that. And we also had an EP release show in March. I think it was like March 4th, and Samir Badakara, a Flyleaf, played with us, and we're going to be playing at Rockfest this year too. I think it's July 15th, I believe, but it's a Friday, and he's going to be playing with us again at Rockfest.
Nice.
And I'm a huge fan of Flyleaf, so that just for me is like a dream come true to be able to play with someone, you know, like that and that caliber. And so we're just blown away at all the opportunities that we've had. And we actually co-wrote a song with Samir too called Fearless, and that was a few years back. But so yeah, we've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff and a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, I got the pleasures a couple weeks ago to see Lacey live, opening up with Seether and Breaking Benjamin and Starset.
Awesome.
Dude, her voice is still, I mean, just you hear her and it's so powerful.
Powerful. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah.
So powerful. Even in the acoustic format that she was singing in, just to hear how she was singing, and then she came out and did Flyleaf with Seether, and that was just absolutely amazing. So,
awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
So I guess my question is you've had some success on the Christian rock charts. You've worked with a lot of bands that are in the Christian rock genre. And I've had friends that have been in bands like 12 Stones who were active rock bands, but they were able to cross over into the Christian rock charts and succeed on that end of it. So do you consider yourself an active rock band that crosses over, or are you a Christian rock band?
Yeah, I would say we are a Christian rock band like Skillet. So
Nice.
very, very similar to Skillet. Yeah.
I like it. So we want to play Remnant. And you've kind of given us a little bit of tidbits here and there on it. And like Jared likes to say, and I always take it from him, you can either tell us everything about the song or nothing. But what do you have to say about Remnant?
Yeah, well, we wrote that during COVID. And so Remnant is a small quantity of something remaining after a tragedy. And I just wanted that to be an inspiration that, you know, obviously the whole world was going through just crazy times, and you know, and obviously in many different ways, but also like the clubs are closing, a lot of bands quit, you know, because of all that happened. And so I wanted this song to be like our song after all that, like, you know, no matter what we go through, no matter what happens, we're not going to quit. We are the remnant. And I just want to be that inspiration to people and to give them hope, not to quit.
We've got some more questions popping in. Do you find it more challenging to be heard as a female fronted band? It's kind of what we had already talked about, but do you find it more challenging?
No, I don't. I feel like maybe it gets us more attention because it's such a male dominated world that I feel like it gets us more attention, to be honest. Yeah.
I got one for you. You mentioned earlier 500,000 streams on Spotify. What do you think y'all did to make that happen? We like to get people that are, you know, in up and coming bands. Like, what is their strategy without giving away, you know, too much, if any trade secrets, but like, how do you cut through the noise?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Well, a lot of it was getting on radio. You know, once it hit the radio stations, like our Spotify numbers went up and the listeners went up. So that's a lot of it. That helped us tremendously. And then we got on a lot of Spotify playlists too.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing too, just getting on those playlists so people find you. And then just, you know, getting out on the internet, obviously on social media, and just pushing the song on there. So those are a lot of things that have helped us a lot.
So write that down, people.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
That's right. Take notes.
Yeah. So are y'all currently with any management?
No, we aren't. We're talking to some managers, but no, we've been self-managed from the start.
Nice.
Yeah, and independent too. So we've done everything literally ourselves. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it because I mean, if you're passionate about something, you're gonna do whatever you can, to get out there and to get noticed. And that's what I've done. I've just worked really hard but I love it. I mean, obviously it's a passion of mine. But we did just recently sign with a booking agent. So we're going to get some help on that and hopefully have some tour announcements soon too.
Who did you sign with? Because I'm writing this down because I'm going to ask if you've ever been to Biloxi, Mississippi at the same time.
Oh, okay. I have not, but we're working with James Cripps, Blind Anxiety. Yeah.
All right. So I'll write a little letter to James Cripps because Jared knows this. Eventually, I want to do a show where it's all female fronted bands.
Ooh.
So like you guys and the Dev and a whole bunch of other female fronted independent bands. I want to do one big show and have a night of it. So
that would be awesome. That would be so much fun.
So I'll have to get with James and see if we can start working something on that. So
yes.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thanks. Thank you.
Jared, you got anything?
No, I think we covered it. Just congratulations for the success, that y'all are seeing and good luck to you. I love the music. It's got a lot of energy and that's always easy to sell is energy.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. And if you ever want to come back on the show, just hit us up. Let us know. We'll get a date. If you want to debut a new song, if you want to do it, if you just want to bullshit, I don't care.
Okay.
So we can do that too. So
I can do that.
anytime you want to come back on, just let us know.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Have a good one.